G'day beautiful people, welcome back. Today we're taking a look at another beginner build, and today we're looking at Nova. Alright, so actually we're going to be doing two builds because as far as building her goes, the two most important things is a speed build and a slow build. They're pretty much the same sort of thing. Okay, so now this is my speed build. A speed build is negative power strength. Okay, so you want to get to around 40% negative power strength, and that will give you a negative 30% slow. Alright, and with the speed... No, yeah, that's the speed. That's the speed build. With the slow build, you want to get to 145%. 145% will give you the maximum slow, which is going to be 75%. Okay? Now, these are beginner builds. There's no formas put on these at all. They're a little bit sloppy for the fact that there's no forma put on them, but I'd rather do a no forma build than show you, a ridiculous build that has 3 or 4 formas on it using primed mods that you're not going to have access to. But considering the fact that Plague Star's on at the moment and forma is easy to come by, you can definitely make these builds better. Okay, so we have the slow build first. We go for Intensify, Continuity, Narrow-Minded, Augur Message, Power Drift, Constitution, Augur Reach, and Fleeting Expertise. Now the important parts of this is Power Drift and Intensify. They will get you to the 145% max, so there's no need to run Transient Fortitude or anything like that. All you need is the 45% from these two mods. Now the next thing you need to keep in mind that I think a lot of people don't understand is that the radius of the molecular prime, which if we look at it, the ability down the bottom, the range it's a little bit of a weird thing, okay? You can stack range on and have no duration, but it will not expand as far, okay? If you want your molecular prime to continue to expand, then you need to have a good duration because it's based on how long it expands for, and then you'll have a really, really long effect duration. So the effect duration is how long they are slowed or sped up for. Okay, I apologize for my voice, by the way, too. Okay, so we're running Corrosive Projection. You can run any dash aura that you want. Personally, I think that of the dash, Energy Siphon and Corrosive Projection are the best, but that's up to you. Narrow-Minded, obviously, to get as much duration as possible. Constitution to get as much duration as possible. And Augur Message to get as much duration as possible. Now, Fleeting Expertise is obviously so that I can pop off more abilities. And Continuity, if I didn't mention it. So the majority of the build is just based around getting the 45 power strength from these two. Everything else is for duration. I have popped Augur Reach on here to get a little bit more range, but that's simply because I don't have any slots left. So if I was going to make this better, and if you intend to make it better, considering both the speed and slow build are going to use Narrow-Minded, what I would do is instantly swap out one of these dashes for a D polarity. That's going to get you a lot more slots to be able to use, okay? And then if I was going to go further, I'd probably go for another dash because you'll be using Constitution on both of them. I'm not using it on this one because I don't have enough points left. So if this was changed to a D, I'd have my Narrow-Minded on there. If I had another dash, I could then put Constitution on and have a higher duration. Not that it's really that necessary. And that would allow me to swap out Augur Reach for Vigor or something along those lines. Because she's a little bit squishy. As you can see, if we back out and go back in. So this is my config A. This is 145 strength, so that's a slow build. We do have only 300 health and 225 shield. But it's not that bad because you are slowing them down. So if we go and have a look. And we spawn in 20... Oh god, why are they heavy gunners? I had butchers. So let's get 20 butchers on the go. Level 20, no pause, invincibility, that's fine. Simulate those guys. Okay, so we've got a bunch of butchers. And they're relatively fast, you know, they're coming up on you. So now if we pop this here, so we see these guys are very slow, and you'll see that this ability is gonna stretch out quite far. That's based on the duration. So it's still going, and then it stops around about here. So that is quite a lot of duration, quite a lot of range that you're getting from it. Okay, so that is how your slow is going to work, and considering they're slowed, it's a lot easier to stay alive, so that extra health that's missing is not that big of an issue. But as I said, if you were going to make this even better, swap one of these over to a D, use your narrow-minded on there, put another dash on for your constitution, and then you should have enough points then to, get rid of Augur Reach and chuck on Vigor. And then with our speed build, I'm not running Constitution because I've run into problems with points, but we have got Vigor on instead. So we've still got 253% duration, which is even higher than it was before. We're using speed drift, Vigor, flow, things that aren't really helping towards that. So what I'll do with this is we were going to change that to a D like before, put narrow-minded over there. Then you could put your Constitution in here. You could probably get rid of Augur Message then and have enough points to run, Redirection or Vitality or something along those lines to make yourself a little bit tankier. But then if we go and have a look at how this works, I do like having the extra casting speed on this though, because they're already sped up, so they're a little bit faster than what they normally would be. And if we go ahead and cast it, if you want to give me some energy, thank you bud, we'll cast it here. We'll just see how far it goes. It's just going to go quite far, should end up at the end of the platform at least. The reason you would want to use a speed nova is for defense missions, to speed them up. So we're getting to about here from the spawn. For defense missions, to get enemies out of the corners quicker so that you can finish waves quicker. Currently, Sanctuary, speed nova is very, very good. Don't take your slow nova into Sanctuary, please. As far as the slow nova goes, long survival missions, she can be good. She's very good on Plague Star right now. Or with infested defenses, a slow nova can be good. But if you're going to use a slow nova on an infested defense, I'd probably reduce the duration a bit so it's not going out as far. So I'm still not well, and we've had to rush through this because there's actually 2 builds. So if I've forgotten anything, or if you need further clarifications, please do not hesitate to leave a question. Okay, so looking at config A again, let's just back out and go back in. That is our slow build, 145% max slow. Okay, don't go over 145%. You can get that with Intensify and Power Drift. If you don't have Power Drift, you can easily get it for around about 10 plat, or maybe less if you're lucky. If you want to make it better, change one of these V's over to a D and use that for your narrow-minded. Put a dash on and put your Constitution in. Then replace your Augur Reach with Vigor. And then for our speed build, let's back out and go back in. Same thing again, 40% strength to get the maximum speed boost. Change this over to a D to make it stronger. Put your narrow-minded in there. Chuck yourself a dash on, and put Constitution on there if you want it, or you can just chuck, you can just chuck Streamline on. Chucking your Streamline into that dash polarity will give you enough to replace, say, Flow or Augur Message with something like Vigor to get yourself extra health. Or we've already got Vigor on there, but something like Redirection or Vitality to get yourself more health or more shields. So, like I said, if there's anything that doesn't make sense, make sure you let me know in the comment section down below. Just keep in mind the most important things are speed build is 40% strength. A slow build is 145% strength, okay? The only other thing to remember is that if you want your ability to last longer and go further, then you want duration on your build. Okay, everything else is not really that important. Keep in mind that efficiency is going to be better than max energy, and you should be good to go. So if you enjoyed this video or if it helped you in any way, shape, or form, make sure you smash that like button, leave me a comment, and subscribe if you're not already. With that said, thank you so much for watching. I love your face, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.